Do you hear that? Good morning, everyone. Good day, good evening, wherever you are. Hold on just 1 second. All right. So we're doing something different. I am also on my personal Facebook page, which I normally don't do for this. And then I'm on Instagram, of course. This is the last day of building Brilliance Awareness. And it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. All right, give me 1 second. We're stopping the music in a little bit. I'm going to have on like 2 headsets. All good. You set your alarm. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Yay! All right, hopefully you can hear. Can you hear me? I have on 2 headsets, one for Instagram, one for Facebook. Yes. I hope. Can you hear me? Instagram? Okay, I'm going to say that is a yes. But I'm going to hold this in my hand just in case. All right. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, good day, good afternoon. How are you? Okay, awesome. So I am so excited. This is the last day of building Brilliance Awareness. Facebook, you are all brand new to this. You've never seen this. We've been going strong beginning of March and then fizzled, and then we came back strong, and we've been going strong ever since. Facebook, if you're new to me, I am Dr. Vernita White. I go by Dr. V, and I've settled on this title, Expansion Strategist, and I love that because I've been able to expand all areas of my life. I'm still working on expanding those areas, and I also work with ambitious, high-achieving women who want to expand and vibrate higher in their influence, brilliance, and excellence, so they can expand their brilliance beyond their degrees, positions, and titles, so they can have the dynamic kick-a life that they deserve. We do that in a variety of ways, but the first way is you got to be aware of the brilliance that you have. So we have done all of this work leading up to this, and this is the final celebration. Look what I did for the final celebration. Doesn't this look really, really good? Yes, we're celebrating so early. But it's raspberry tea. It's not what you think. It's raspberry tea. I made it a little fancy. I got some grapes at the bottom. I have some strawberries. I made it last night so it can be cold, because we are celebrating. I am super excited. So this is the end of the quarter, Q1 for this year, which is the first year in the decade. Did you know that? Like, we all thought it was 20. Yes, it is yummy. We all thought it was 2020, but it's actually 2021 is the first year in the decade, and I've been learning that 0 is the reset number. So while some people wanted to throw away 2020, that was the time to reset and recalibrate. And now this is the year to really get things up and started. This is the end of the first quarter of the first year of the decade, and I don't know about you, but it's been pretty amazing. And if you were like me, you wrote all of these goals down. You did all of that. If you are a real planner, you've done quarterly goals, and then maybe you didn't hit all of them. But guess what? You get to give yourself 1,000 second chances, and when you get to 99, you get to press reset. When I learned that, just one little concept, from my coach, I was like, my goodness, because as ambitious high achievers, we are so hard on ourselves sometimes when we don't get it exactly right. And I'm going to keep saying this. People may disagree, but I got one person to agree, so I'm okay with that. Sometimes being traditionally educatedly trained, sometimes like that, we're conditioned to always be perfect and to have it right, to know the outcome, because that's what we've been trained to do. And if you have anything, if you have a bachelor's, master's, and beyond, you've definitely been conditioned to think that way. that if you didn't hit a certain mark, then you failed. Well, that's not the case in real life. We get to press reset, and this is the time to do that. If you didn't, just, you should always do a review. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I would suggest you do a review of your week, of your day, of your month, but especially do one of your quarter, because there's something magical about the number 90. There's something magical about the number 100 if you add those 10 extra buffer days on there. So take this time to go back and review. You have your calendar. Some people have digitals. Go back and look at what you have done. For me, if I look at what I actually wrote down, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't hit a lot of them. It was a rocky start for this 2021, and it was rough for me. Not it was just different. It was the anniversary of my grandfather and my mom. It was the 9th anniversary. For some reason, that hit harder than it has since the first 2 years they passed away. Different transitions in my career, which I'm still in the middle of, but it's all good. Different transitions in relationships, different transitions in my health. So it was a lot of transitioning at the first of the year, where we typically get all of that done at the end of the year so we can have smooth sailing coming in. But sometimes it doesn't work that way. And when you are building your brilliance or becoming aware and doing the work, you learn how to be okay with that. You look at it, and this is in one of those lessons I talked about this month. You look at it, you turn around, and then you fill in the gaps. And that's what you do, and keep it moving. Something happened, and this is why you need to have great people in your life. And you need people in your life who are not going to be afraid to tell you about yourself, but from a place of care, love, respect, and all of that. And, I've had that, I have a virtual buddy. We became virtual buddies. And this is why I was able to get up, this early and do these and be consistent with that. So I am grateful for her. I'm gonna call you out, okay? I'm gonna call you out. So if you are online, if you're in higher education, I'm calling a lot of people out in a good way who that are coming to my mind, who supported me through this morning journey. Hi, Dr. Mila. So I'm calling people out in a good way. So if you are in higher education and you are online, or if you are a K-12 teacher and you want to know something about online, go check out Kelly Alston on Instagram. She has this phenomenal method of how to up-level your online teaching. I went through her course, phenomenal. I thought I knew some things, but I learned some things, and that's one way to up-level your brilliance. Go get some help from somebody. The virtual space isn't going anywhere, so I want to celebrate her and go do that. I have Dr. Mila on here. She is awesome and fantastic. Plastic surgeon, doctor, phenomenal woman. Go get some scripture, go get some word in the morning, get some encouragement. You can go to her page as well. So this is all about celebrating, because this is the last day of building your brilliance awareness. If you are in business and you want to know how to up-level your business, my girl, Valerie Jenkins, she's a business strategist. Go check her out. If you are a parent, want to know about parent coaching, go check out Tanya Nicole. She's doing amazing things over there. If you want to up-level your school leadership in your life, go check out Dr. Barbara Sweeney. She's doing phenomenal things over there. And hopefully I have so many other people, but these are just the people who've been in this one circle while I've been doing this, who've really watched when I wanted to quit, when nobody was watching, and people are like, hey, where are you? I wanted to watch the replay, so I'm so grateful for that. And this brings me to my point about the culmination of building brilliance awareness. It ends with this, and I'm not ending yet, but I told you all, I had people in my circle. One of my special friend, and I was talking to him, and I wasn't complaining, but I really wasn't being appreciative. So there are two different things, I don't complain, but then there are some times where you're like, well, I want to change this. I want to fix this. I want to go to this level, and I want to do that. And then it's like, have you ever stopped and just looked? where you are to be grateful and just chill out. And I was like, first of all, did you just try to check me? You know? But he was right. So what I realized, like, why have I been like this? There was something that was missing from my morning ritual, because I have a ritual and a routine. But when I started doing this series in the morning, something got left off. And I would just keep moving. And the one thing was my gratitude journal. I had stopped for almost this whole month of writing out my gratitude. I used to write my gratitude, like 5 things every single morning. And no matter how bad things were, I don't know why I'm about to tear up. Oh my goodness. No matter how bad things felt, I always found something to be grateful for. And when I didn't have that, I felt my vibration getting lower. I was like snapping. I would still come on and do my thing, but it was just still something missing, and it was being grateful. And I'm not talking about, so to do this every day, I'm not talking about the surface level stuff. You know, you do want to do that. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my career. I'm grateful for my family. But dig deep and start appreciating the small things. I used to say, I am grateful. I kid you not. I am grateful because I love coffee. So I am grateful that I'm able to buy my coffee beans and grind them and enjoy that whole process. It may sound minor to you, but it was just something that I'm grateful, because if you know the whole process about where coffee beans come from, it's a long journey to get here. And so just some small things like that. And I realized that, man, that was missing. So for the last 2 or 3 days, I think that's when the realization hit. I was doing that, and there are certain things I wanted to do in my e-commerce business that I'm gonna talk about that at the end. There are certain things I wanted to do as far as the services I want to start providing, and it was like kind of stuck. I was like, man, what is happening? You know, I reached a certain level, then it stopped. I reached a certain level, then it stopped. I kid you not. And I'm not saying this is magic. So don't go out there talking about you want this to happen and you go write 2 days worth of gratitude and think something's going to happen. I don't think that was it. Like, I've already had this vibration and calibration. I just had to reawaken it. So I did that, and things shifted in my e-commerce business overnight. Now, this is not the cliche overnight where it actually took, 10, 15 years. This was literally overnight. We had an opportunity session with the big team last night, and I was like, no, let me back up. I was like, okay, not that I need some more customers. Like, I want to be able to support more women in their health and wellness, whether it's on the health side or the business side. And I was like, man, and I'm doing all the things. I really am. It wasn't like I'm slacking. Now, could I have done more looking back? Absolutely. But I was actually working in it every day. Then I got another customer when I started that. And I was like, yes, awesome for her, and then awesome for me. And then last night we had the opportunity call for the business, and someone joined under my team and to help her business, because she's in health and wellness as well. She was already a customer, but she was like, all right, girl, I'm going to come in with you. I'm going to lean on you. And I was like, whoa. And I had invited like several people. Like, I put it out there, and then she actually came, and I was like, I didn't know she was there. And then she texted me like at the end. She was like, all right, I'm in. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I have been writing in my gratitude journal that I'm grateful for the expansion of my e-commerce business and all of that. The service I want to provide, I've been working on this special package, and I just couldn't. I was like, I can't get it together. And I chilled out yesterday, and I was able to flow through like a lot of things. So the part of building brilliance awareness, that final key, and I don't think I talked about this in any of the 30 days, is gratitude. Because I think it was like, okay, I think I took it for granted until it was pointed out to me, and then I realized what was missing. So that was not what was planned, but that was, I believe that someone needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. So it doesn't matter how brilliant you are. It doesn't matter how much you're expanding. If you are doing all the things, all of the self-work, you're doing the work, and you're still hitting the wall, I guarantee you it is gratitude. And it doesn't take long. You don't have to spend hours doing it. I do have a full-on routine that I do in the morning. I really do. Oh, hi, Donna. I have a full, we go deep in the mindset and all of that in the morning. But even with all of that, gratitude was missing. Now, I say my prayers in the morning. I do my devotion. Even after this, I go back and do that. And I was like, God, I thank you for waking me up. I do that, but it was something about just sitting in the energy of being grateful for all of the small things that are happening. Another thing that happened was someone asked me to mentor their niece because she wants to go on this path of going into mathematics. And I was like, somebody wants me to mentor them? And, and it's like people are always watching. And it was like, she's watched you do some phenomenal things. I was like, she watched me? And I had no idea. And I've known her since she was like really young, but I didn't think she watched me all of this time. So when someone asked me to do that, that was like a humbling experience that came after I started being grateful for things. Yes, if you want to be happy, be grateful. Hey, Dr. B, I shouted you out earlier. Some people may come find you, just so you know. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Was there anything else? So finally, being brilliant, and I am so grateful also for people just, talking to me, coming into my messenger and sending me messages. Being brilliant in everything is about being bold, letting your light shine, picking a side, standing up for what you believe and saying it with conviction and courage. We do that a lot in our professional lives. Can't nobody tell me nothing about what I do over here in this education side, But then when it came to me changing seats and really coming into personal development and self-development and really helping people expand, their brilliance and their zone of genius, and then even with the health and wellness products, I was like, you can try it if you want. It's a higher quality, but then, I got called out for that, which I love it. It's cool. That's why you have great people around you so that they can make you stand on your tippy toes. And it was like, I chose to do these health and wellness products because they were a higher grade, they were a higher level. And that's what I wanted for my life. Like I sat there and said, I wanted to up level all areas of my life with the highest quality of anything that I can get. Lo and behold, the products came into my energy and they were the highest grade products out there. So I was excited about that. If you're new, we are celebrating the end of Building Brilliance Awareness, and this is raspberry tea. So I'm not drinking, early in the morning. Although I learned, my sister went to France a couple years ago, and she said they drink all the time. So I would be in good company if that was the case. All right, so I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, so we're wrapping up Building Brilliance Awareness. I was talking about the health and wellness products. Instagram, you already know the deal. Facebook personal page. I came on here because some people, and you don't have to defend yourself from anyone. You have nothing, and I learned this, you have nothing to defend, nothing to protect, nothing to prove, nothing to hide, honestly. But people were coming to me and saying what someone else heard. We heard that you're out here selling something, and aren't you supposed to be doing this? I thought you were building this business. I thought you were doing this, that, and the other. And I'm just here to tell you, that's why I want to invite you in. All of this fits together. All of this works together. I didn't want anything that would take away from what I'm already doing in my life. I did a video about this. It is on my website. I've shared it. But people are still going to be people, and that's cool. Those of us who are in any type of training and development, any type of leadership, any type of service or occupation where we constantly have to pour into people, that takes a drain on ourselves, mentally, emotionally, and physically, believe it or not, because our bodies are always, yes, they do try to put us in the box. And that's what people have tried to do. Like, you have this PhD, and why are you out here in health and wellness? If you missed my stream about the income streams and what the Bible said in Ecclesiastes 11:1-2, the NIV version where it spells it out, you will understand why. And I'm so upset I didn't know this, that it was truly biblical back then. But I'm not going to go there because I already did the whole video on that. So yeah, you get your income streams up, your ventures. The Bible said it. So even though I have, they're like, why are you out here? Because I know what it was like when I was going through my PhD program and how my body was trash. I knew what it was like my first years as a college professor, and I'm driving 3 counties away to go to work because I didn't want to leave my grandmother. So I chose to stay in my hometown. But if you know anything about colleges and universities, it's not like K-12 schools. It's not one on every corner. So I had to drive miles and miles and miles, teaching at night sometimes, coming back, spending 12, 13 hours a day on campus, and my body, like I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping right. It was showing up in my work. So also being a speaker and a consultant, I said this, I was on the plane probably in 2019 before we shut down. Every month, sometimes multiple times a month, traveling, speaking, consulting, working. Do you know what that can do to your body? And insides weren't right. I could hold it together because that's what brilliant people do. That's what we do. We can hold it together, but the inside was like, And had I known about really high quality products and not the quick fix schemes, like I will always let me do something real quick and get my body right, and then I would crash. Let me do something real quick, and then I would have these other side effects. I don't share a lot about that because it's like, what's the point? But I'm telling you the reason why I really wanted to get the products for myself is because, one, I was tired of the up and down. I wanted something that could sustain me, even if I wasn't doing everything right. It would still keep me together. But then also, I wanted to be able to be my full self. Like now we're in the virtual space. I just started this, but even when I come on, when I would do my virtual classes or when I would do my workshop, I have more energy. I haven't had an energy drink in I don't know how long. Like I'm a coffee drinker, but I don't drink coffee for the caffeine. Like I can drink coffee and still go to sleep. I've been drinking coffee since I was 5 years old. So, thank you. Oh, yeah, you can tear down your body doing all of that. And that's a plastic surgeon telling you. And I'm not even that kind of doctor. So imagine, trying to build things up, and people don't realize what it takes from the inside. So I was doing all of that, and I was like, okay, we got to change. I think I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's okay. But anyway, I said something had to change, and I was, I haven't had an energy drink. And I used to go get them all the time, Red Bulls, zeros. And I was like, but I'm getting 0 sugar. I would get the Monsters, but I'm getting 0 sugar. And I'm not trashing them. Like, I love a good energy drink, but I haven't had to rely on them. And I was like, wow. And I just had that epiphany not too long ago. I didn't crave it. I've been able to stay up when I needed to. I still take my naps. But I don't take naps to be tired. I take naps to, okay, it's a lot going on in my head. Let me go to sleep real quick so I can get some things moving. But I'm just saying, I can see a difference already. And I think I started at the end of January, maybe February. Yeah. So, and then the other parts of that, and I'm going to wrap this up and get to the products. There were so many educators who were looking for the escape route. They wanted to get out of the profession. And I'm talking about my K-12 educators, because I spent some years in K-12. And then my higher ed people were like, yes, a good nap is everything. There were educators who were looking for a way out. I don't know if too many people know this, but people talk about, we love teachers. Teachers are all of this and that, but teachers don't make a lot of money for the jobs that they do. Are they all great? No, but majority of them are putting in all of these hours for very little income, and they have to deal with children. They have, look, and then some of the parents know, some of the parents and guardians know because they've been home with you. So imagine what the teacher's been doing for all those years, and not just the classroom teacher. I'm talking about the administrators as well. They're like, oh my gosh, what is this? They're not taking care of their bodies. And then for them wanting to get a way out, I saw this as an opportunity. Like, what if you just had an additional income stream? I did this on a live like way back, and I was like, I think, this is me, I state this, we do this in our group, I believe and I don't think everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, and I don't think everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but I do believe if we had different income streams and we didn't rely on that one job or that one source of income, we would be better people for that job. So example, the educators that I talk to who are ready to jump ship, they love what they do, but the pressures of life are real, right? And it's showing up in their workspace, whether they're a classroom teacher or an administrator, it's showing up some kind of way. Imagine if they had a different income stream where they don't really have to stay on the job. They get to actually be there because they love it and not because they have to. Because you can say you love something all you want, but when pressures come, you like, man, I don't even need this, but I don't even want this, but I need this because I need to support my family, support myself, or whatever the case may be. And then you start resenting the children, you start resenting the leadership, you start resenting the district. You just like, man, forget everybody. But what if you just didn't have to have that pressure? What if you were able to get an income stream that's you built it up and it's starting to take care of your, let's just say, your basic needs, and you can use your however you want to do it, but there's additional money coming in, that pressure is slowly off, and you can actually be in your zone of genius doing what you love to do without having to do it. Man, and I want that for my educators. Like, I started this, and I mean, I'm not at all the big ranks yet, but I'm still seeing, like, I get messages like, ooh, somebody paid me. Ooh, somebody bought something. Ooh, I've never seen that in my life. I either get paid once a month or twice a month. But some people get paid every week, but getting paid every day, and even if it's something small, do you know what that can do for some people's lives? And then the more that you build this up, can you imagine, like, we hear passive income, but I mean, to see it though, to be passive, to get to that point, I think that is so amazing. So that's another reason why I started the health and wellness. One is really for my educators and my high ambitious and achieving women and leaders, because I know that space. That's the world I came from. And I know too many of my friends, colleagues, or just people I see in these groups, and it breaks my heart that they're like, man, I've been here another 13 hours. I haven't eaten lunch. Are you serious? Man, I need to take this. I need to relax. I need to take this drink. Nah, look, you do what you want to do, but they need just to be in that space because they can't sleep. You know, I've seen that. We got something for that. Or, man, my body isn't right. I don't have time to work out because I'm always at this job. And it breaks my heart to see that. And then the children are essentially suffering. All right. So, yeah, I went on a little soapbox, but I just wanted to share that, like, everything. I think I said this before. When you think of different income streams or ventures, you are the ocean. And I learned this from a business coach. You are the ocean. And then everything that comes out of that should stem from you. You're not getting different oceans, but everything should relate to you and you should be able to stand behind it, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Don't let anyone put you in a box, just like my Dr. Molly just said on my Instagram. Don't let anyone put you in a box. So I'm not letting anyone put me in a box. Yes, I have this PhD in mathematics. Yes, I'm a college professor. Yes, I am a speaker. I am an author. I am a consultant. But now I also have this e-commerce coming up. All right, so look, I do this every morning. I'm going to go ahead and show you the products that I take, because we don't just talk about it. We drink about it. I don't know. That was a little corny, but whatever. I do drink this. This is liquid collagen. Highest grade collagen in the world. And I don't know about you, but I love like a little luxury, a little, a little up levelish. I love that. So, I like that. I like to be a little, little touch of luxury in there every now and then. So when somebody tells me something is the highest grade in the world, I'm like, what you talking about? That I need to be that. But we know about powdered collagen. we thought we were doing something with the powdered collagen. We were in that thing. We thought it was like the world's best kept secret. And we were like, let me get the fancy powdered collagen. Because I was like, if I'm going to do this, let me get the highest kind that I can get. Right? And it worked, but it wasn't working like I thought it would work. This, because it's liquid, it absorbs into your system sooner, quicker, faster. And like I said, it's the highest quality. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm a little, I get a little geeked out sometimes. So I went to go, because the company is wide open once you're in. You can go research everything. And I went to research the science behind it. I'll call you back, Grandma. I went to research the science behind it. And I'm in the STEM field. So when people were talking about science and technology and all of that and the ingredients and the production, I was like, whoa, blew my mind. So that is great. That is the skin, helps with skin, hair, and nails. You can see my skin. I don't have on makeup, but I do have on like some eye stuff. But I don't have on makeup, as you can see. And what, gotta get all the product. There are different kinds. You can message me about that. I can let you know. And then I take this fat burning pudding. And at first I was like, man, I don't know if I want to keep showing this because I didn't get the results like I saw in the group. But let me tell you why, and I'm all about being transparent. I told you all, so when I first started, I lost like 3 inches off my waist and some inches off my arms, and then it kind of slowed down. Now, it slowed down because of me. We're just going to be honest, like, Dr. V wasn't up in here cooking all the good stuff, right? But then I was like, man, I don't want to keep telling the people, and I know people are waiting for the results. But then I saw a live, and Dr. Mila's on here, and she did it, and she talked about how the fat burning pudding can work with the visceral fat, and from the inside out, it blocks that kind of fat, and it's like a slow burn if you're not really like doing all the things. So when she said that, I was like, I do see my body still changing, even though I don't see the weight. Well, I haven't weighed myself, so I can't say that, but you can look at your body, so I can still see my body shaping up without me doing like all of the work. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. So sometimes if you don't see the outward, like the first time I saw the outward, like fat, like come off. And then, I wasn't ramping it up like I was, but I did start walking more and eating better. And then I was like, well, what's happening? I can literally feel like my muscles, it's a little squishy too, but I can feel the muscles on the inside because it's like the fat is burning, like that deep level of fat. So I don't know if I'm not all into the health, but sometimes people work out and they're like, man, I can't get my abs. And that's because there's a layer of fat that's surrounding it. Well, Q2, I'm not going to have that problem because I can feel it shaping up. So when this outer layer comes off, it's going to be good to go. And I'm glad I know it's this fat burning pudding. I know it is because, well, I ain't going to get into that, but I know, because I know what was happening way months before. And I know what's happening now. Like people can still, when they haven't seen me in a while, they notice that my body has changed. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this is lemon. Tastes like lemon meringue to me. I like it. I had mango when I first started. That was really good. Some people love chocolate. I'm allergic to chocolate, so I can't tell you about that. I can't tell you about that. Yes. Needs to be consistent, and this body is different close to 50. Yes, that's another thing. Your body changes the older that we get, and the same things that we used to do, like I used to be able to snap it back, like come on, I do a couple jogs and I'm good to go. But they're like, on this other side of 30 or this other side of 35, you just can't do it like that. Not that you can't have the dynamic body that you want, but you got to do some things to help it, right? But it's all about being consistent. So this is not, you just got to be consistent in everything. Consistent in your professional life, consistent in your personal life. Yes, it's the visceral fat. Yes, when I heard that, I was like, that's it. It's the visceral fat, that stubborn fat. That's where it goes attack. And last but not least, this is the probiotic. If you do nothing else, get a good probiotic. I used to do Benefiber, where you mix it in the water and do all of that. But by the time I mixed it and wanted to make sure that it was all settled, I could just do this. I'm good to go. And it really does taste like candy. People say it tastes like a pixie stick. I had people say, what in the world is a pixie stick? But then when I talk about the candy necklace that the kids used to have, and they eat it like this, and then it still come back on the sweaty neck, it kind of tastes like that as well. Stop drinking Coke. Yeah, so while the product will work, we have to do our parts, okay? We have to do our parts. All right. I am so grateful that you all have joined me on this last day of Building Brilliance Awareness. It has been exciting. Oh, one more thing. I do take this creamer. It is a smart creamer, and it helps with brain fuel. This is probably why I've been able to get off my energy drinks as well and be able to focus more and not needing that extra boost because of this creamer right here. It has collagen in it, grass-fed butter, all the high quality technology. So you don't have to do everything that I do, but start with something. Start with something to up-level your health and wellness. You can message me. You can go to drvernitaglenn-white.com/wellness to get on my VIP list, for Thrive Thursdays and special info. And then on there, you get $10 off your first product to try, and then we can have some more conversations about how everything has worked. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly said it's been so nice. Kelly has been here, for a good chunk of the time, every day. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm doing another Facebook Live on my business page tonight at 9, because I just want to hear some conversations from some ambitious women. If you're available, come check it out, 9 o'clock Eastern time. But yeah, I'm excited. It's kind of like I don't want to leave because it's my last one. So I need to figure out how to keep this going a little bit. Oh, I've been doing them every morning. Yes, it's energy and it's commitment, and it's been helping me as well. And then I got the fuel, and it only takes one person to say, hey, where you been? And that was all that I needed. So I thank you. And then I just want to encourage anyone who's they want to get out there and do something, but what if no one's looking, or what if no one gets the offer? And I say this often, Gary Vee talks about being your own media company. Even if no one shows up today, tomorrow, next week, or even next month, there's going to be a time where that person finds you. And if you've been consistent, they're going to see your trail of content and information, and it's going to lead them straight to you. So just start putting it out there. Just think of it as building your content library. That's how I had to see it and realize it and say, okay, you're not really doing this for the views and likes. What are you really doing this for? And it's really to get the information out for that someone who may not see me today, but they will see me in the future. All right, I am Dr. V. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. Thank you so much for listening, watching, and learning with me. I will see you, right, you can't worry about others, just show up for you. I will see you all somewhere in the near future when I figure out what I want to do for Q2. This has been an amazing journey. So go be bold, go be well, be empowered, but most of all, go be brilliant. I will see you all later. Have an awesome day. Bye.